Yeah, exactly. That's why I found that I need to do some problems practically. Then only I'll be able to answer such kind of question.
Exactly. So this particular for this particular, I don't know that you have the complete question. If the complete question is something like you have 10,000 records and you are extracting 1,000 records at a time, and when you are extracting 1,000 records at a time, then the first 1,000 were picked properly. The next 1,000 were having issues, or the following
Yeah.
1,000 will have the issue. Okay. In such scenario, what can happen is the Excel data that's available in the next 1,000 rows, or when you read the Excel, we can also read with the format. If you see read range, there is also
Yes.
a checkbox property, read with the exact format. Okay,
Yes.
so it reads with the exact decimals, it reads with if there is data. So it should read it exactly and it need to convert the data. So obviously it will take time. Rather than unchecking that box will actually reduce the time taken to read. Okay, so if the data is too complex, then it will take more time. So the thing is you need to ask more questions. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, conversation is what we will build in this program as well. So we'll be able to get it. How many of you have checked with the GitHub that I have shown you yesterday, or that I have given the link yesterday?
You mean to say sync with the desktop app?
Did you? Okay, how many of you know GitHub, how to use GitHub? Can you please raise the hand? You can use the emojis on the top next to chat. Adarsh, Muhammad. Okay, only two members. Good. So I will pick someone who don't know actually what is GitHub and all, and let's do a screen share, and then we'll work. Um, okay. I need someone whose machine is faster enough. So Neha or Lokesh, is your machine faster?
Yes, I don't understand. Like,
No, no, no. Can you please share your screen fast?
just a second.
Yep. So who know what is GitHub? I want you to tell others or guide others, or at least guide Neha for now on how to download GitHub for desktop and clone this particular project. Give me 2 minutes, I'll be back. But I want this to be completed by Adarsh, Mohammed, and Raju combinedly or together. Go ahead,
Okay,
guys,
so
talk.
yeah. So GitHub is a version control system. Basically, this is used for storing our projects. So, like for example, four different people are developing a project, and if they want to combine the code together, we can publish this projects in GitHub, wherein the we will combine the code all together. And plus, is it right, Mohammed? Others?
Yeah, it's right.
So in order to create, I think we have to click on plus sign, right? Create new.
Yeah, for
Ah,
repository.
yes. Click on new repository.
Yeah.
And then we have to give a repository name.
Yes.
Any name you can give. Yeah, okay. Then come down. Yeah, please come down again.
Just add readme. Click check on
And create repo. Yeah, just click add a readme file.
Okay.
That's it. Create repository. Click on create repository.
Yeah, sure. Right. Okay.
And I think what is the next procedure? We have to publish it, right?
So we need to upload any project in GitHub, right?
Yes.
Yeah, go to UiPath Studio and UiPath Studio.
Can we do it on desktop app as well?
Desktop app.
Yeah.
No. So what is the requirement now to publish in GitHub or what?
No, I meant to say I downloaded the GitHub desktop app,
Okay.
and yeah, now can I do this operation just like you created this repository here online?
Okay.
So do we have the UI? I can see the UI, but I don't know. Yeah, I can see the new repository. Okay. And the same way I will be giving like, okay, RPA. Okay, I got it. Yeah. Thank you.
You have any project created in UiPath?
Who?
Hello?
Me.
No, the one who is sharing the screen. Let us any sample project if you have, we can publish in GitHub.
But we need to log in from UiPath Studio as well, right?
Yeah, yes.
You have to open any project so that we can publish the same in the GitHub.
First of all, while publishing in GitHub, we need to create one token. So now
not required. Token is not required. We need to pass the project location.
What? No. Now previously they are asking password, and for authentication they are asking password, GitHub password. Now they removed that.
Just click on pull request. Not pull. Wait. Add file. I think. Go to file. We have to check this. No, not. I just click on add file.
Add file.
Add file or project. So it could be somewhere in these options only. Projects. Yeah.
Okay, from here.
Create a project. It is say.
Pull request, I think. Pull request.
Technique. No, it is asking to create a project. No, we want to publish the project in GitHub. No?
Yes.
Hello, from UiPath also there is an option called clone repository. I think it can also work from here.
It is asking for a repository URL. What shall I supply?
A repository URL is the project location, the project where it is located. In UiPath Studio,
There is
Mhm.
a
Where you
code
develop.
option.
That
Code
is the URL, I believe.
Or the one which I created now, shall I give that?
Just try it.
Yeah, and now it says use credentials checkbox is there. Shall I check on that or what shall I do? Or there is one option use SSH, but I
See,
don't believe I have
there,
SSH. No, so let it be HTTP only or HTTPS. Use credentials. Okay, let me do that. Sign in with GitHub. Then there is okay. You what you were telling was token, user, password, and sign in with GitHub. So shall I select sign in with GitHub?
actually it's not working.
Okay,
Yeah, you can try.
wait for a second.
With token it is working.
With the token, it is working. Okay, let me try with sign in.
Okay, guys, just a second.
Mm-hmm.
So currently who's sharing the screen?
I'm sharing screen.
Okay. So Neha, what you can do, I have already shared a link with you, right? Vajrang slash RP in 30 days link.
Yeah.
Can you go navigate to that back? Do you have the link or not?
Yeah. This is.
Okay. See, there is no need for anyone to create a separate repo. Just understand that. Second thing is, you can fork my code, that is RPA developer in 30 days. You can see all the members who are already available with this and who have completed this training have created their own codes. Can you scroll down, please? Scroll down, Neha. Make it fast. Okay. Can you see all the members?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what I want you to do is fork the code. When you are forking the code, you are creating yourself or copying all the code into your username. So if you see on the top, there is Neha Sharma Neha 9288 slash RPA developer in 30 days. Okay, so all the code that is available in uh, my repo is copied to your repo. So I want everyone to do the same so that you can use the same repo to make all the changes. And you can utilize the same data, and sometimes you can also see others' projects as well. Okay.
I didn't get that fork code.
Mm,
Can you explain again, please?
okay. So what exactly the fork is? Now, see, in a project, we will have 10 members.
Mm-hmm.
And all 10 members need to work on a single project or a single code.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if everyone have separate repos, how can they combine all the repo to single code?
Yes.
So that's again a hectic task, right? They cannot combine after completing everything. They cannot combine it as is.
Okay.
So normally, what will happen is we will use the code. So this is the main, and we will fork it. So when you're saying fork, we are dividing the code and we are creating a copy for ourselves, all the code.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever the changes we are making, we are committing back to the main file or main code. So here, the main repo will be my repo. That is Vajrang, RBA developer in 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
All the members in the team can be developers who have
Mm.
versions of my code in their machines.
Okay.
Now, when you complete your changes, you can push back all your changes to the main repo.
Yeah, I got the concept now. Yeah.
Okay. So even this will happen in the projects as well. See, in the project, let's say that there are 4 developers and 4 developers are working at 4 different locations. Now we cannot have 4 repos or one person cannot maintain all the 4 repositories, right? All the 4 codes.
Mm-hmm.
And there should be
Okay.
only one code that everyone should be working on.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that is the reason we will be working on a single code, single repo.
Okay, what I used to think is like UiPath also having its own version control. When we publish, then it shows versions. Then I used to think that why we use GitHub, but now okay, it's a team concept then
Exactly.
for version
So
control. Okay.
UiPath provides us version control. So actually, it's not a version control provided by UiPath. The actual version control is provided by Git. UiPath
Okay.
just gave the access
Mm-hmm.
to make a change and to push or commit it directly from UiPath rather than with any other external tool.
Okay.
Okay. Now, is the concepts clear? Are the concepts clear?
Vajrang, one question I have.
Yeah, tell me,
So
please.
when we fork it, no, how it is going to identify which project we have to copy? So if there are 10
So,
projects in there.
my complete RPA developer in 30 days is a complete project.
Hmm.
Okay. So if I have a separate project, then it will have a separate repo. Like in the beginning, Neha created day one project, right? Day one repo. So that's a separate project
Okay.
altogether.
But we have to click on fork, right, to in order to copy the project.
To
Is it?
create a copy of yourself or to create a copy for yourself in your user ID, you need to click on fork.
So that is what. So when we click on fork, how it is going to identify which project has to fork it? I mean, copy it.
You're going into my project and then only you will have an option to fork. Okay. See, if you go back, click on Vajrang, please. Vajrang B. Neha.
Hi Vajra.
Yep.
Today only I joining.
Hi,
So
Jagdish.
just now joining. Hi. Um, I don't know anything. So can you explain again, please?
No, that cannot happen. See, let's go with the flow. Because we have a
Okay.
limited time of 1 hour, we cannot continue for the first half an hour of the training, and we cannot go all together again from the beginning because all the members are also available. So the best thing would be let continue with the flow. You'll be able to understand, and you can watch the
Okay.
recording from the beginning. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay. So Neha, go back and click on Vajrang.
Yeah, I have clicked.
Click on my name, my username, Vajrang B. My username. Yeah, correct. Okay, see, there are different repositories. Each and every repository have their own codes. So when you're talking about projects, let's also assume that these are like projects that you can take yourself a copy. Now we used RPA developer in 30 days, right? Now let's also use our UiPath reusable codes. So Neha, can you click on UiPath reusable codes? Okay, so if you're telling how can we get this URL, project team will give you. Simple answer is okay. So here
Okay.
again there is an option called fork. The repo will have an option called fork. Okay, can you click on fork, please? Now this is forking or this is copying the code to your user ID. So now if you see on the top, there is Neha Sharma / UiPath reusable codes. Okay, the changes that you will make will stay in your account only or with your login only. It will not make any difference or it will not make any impact in my code.
Can you please again show where you click for forking? My screen was got hanged for a few seconds. Can you please show it again?
Is it
Where you
Zakir who is asking?
Yeah.
You share your
Yes.
screen, Zakir.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, please hold on for some time.
Yes, I am here.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
want to copy this repository.
To your local to your account. So click on the top fork. There is an option fork.
Okay.
So now you are the 50th, 51st person who actually took a copy of the code.
51, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, and for this UiPath, where I have to go again?
See, UiPath is the one. I have different repos. So
Mm-hmm.
a user will have different repos. So
Mm-hmm.
Vajrang B is the user. So now what can also happen is a organization can have a repository. If you're taking Vajrang as an organization, I have one repo. Along with that, I have other reports. On the top left, you have Vajrang B / RPA developer in 30 days. Click on
Yes.
that. Yeah, click on Vajrang B again.
Okay.
So that's my user ID.
Hmm.
Got it?
Yep. Yep.
So along with this, I have multiple other repos. We'll be
Got it.
working only with RPA developer 30 days, not any other tool. But did
Mm-hmm.
you get the concept?
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, let's continue with you. So to work with GitHub, okay, you need to understand the difference between GitHub and GitHub Desktop.
Yeah, I have that one as well. Okay.
Okay, so how will you use this code in your local machine? Okay, there is an option for you to clone it. Understand these terms. First
Okay.
time it will be difficult for you, but remaining for the following days you will be able to understand. See, there is an option called in the green button called code. Can you click on that? See, open with GitHub Desktop. Click on that, please.
This one or the RPA 30 days one?
RPA
This is
30
UI.
days. RPA
Okay.
30. And
RPA.
you need to clone it from your repo. Go to your repo and then click on fork again on the top. Then you will go to your repo.
Oh, okay. Oh, and now code. Open with GitHub Desktop. Always do that. Now what it says, this folder contains file, git only can clone. Shall I do okay?
See, no,
Yeah.
it will not allow. It need to create in a empty folder. Can you click on? Can you open
Choose
that?
this choose, okay.
Okay. So if you are using your organization account, okay. See, RP developer in 30 days is already available.
Yeah, I did that actually.
You already
So
cloned it.
yeah, but I didn't know the whole concept, but yeah, now I got it. Okay. So
Can you
shall
open?
I can remove it and then
No,
create.
open it.
Okay.
So since you have already cloned it, leave it as is. Close this
Okay.
one, cancel. Let's take someone who didn't clone it. Neha, did you clone it already? Neha?
No, I have not.
Okay, share your screen then. Zakir, you can open your GitHub desktop. You can follow the steps.
Okay.
So I want everyone to download or make a fork for their code. Just copy the code in your accounts. Yeah, Neha. You need to fork first. And that's not the yeah.
It's
That's
a completely blank screen for me. I don't know why.
no.
Can
We are
anyone
able to
share
see.
the GitHub link?
Yeah, sure. I'll be sharing that. Sarita, you are able to join the teams, right?
Yes.
So just remember that ask questions and get the questions solved immediately. Okay. Yeah, you can click on download for Windows. So there will be option for you to download GitHub Desktop. So download it. It's free. GitHub is open source. So it's taking time to download.
It will take time.
Your network is slow. Anyone with a good bandwidth?
Shall I share again?
Yes, please. But you have already downloaded it, right? So
I
people,
can
I
delete
will
it.
try, Vajrang.
just a
Can you
second.
just provide me the URL?
You share the screen. The URL is provided in the chat.
Yeah, sure. Can you see?
Yeah. Check in the URL. Check in the chat, please. You will be able to get the URL. So people who are joining in externally or people who are joining in from different organization may not have access to the chat. So please join in from the same registered email ID. That would be the best option. I hope your network is good. Raj.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I just need to see.
So Vajrang, one
Yes.
question, like when we click on this GitHub now, defaultly it will go to my GitHub account or it will
If you
go
are
to your
already logged
account?
into your GitHub, then it will by
Yes.
default go it. Or if you are not logged in, then it will ask you to register.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good, right?
Yeah. Fork it. But you must sign in to get a fork. Click on sign in. So people who are not getting it, let me know. Don't think that if you ask a question, then I will never judge you for this 30 days. You can ask any questions, any simple or any big question. Click on fork.
Done.
Okay, so you already have a copy of your code. Okay, click on the code in green button. Yeah, download GitHub desktop. Meanwhile, if
Open with GitHub.
yes, correct. Meanwhile, if Neha, your download is completed, let me know. Download GitHub desktop.
Open,
Yeah, no need to open, save it because that's an exe file. You need to install it. Okay, it will be installed directly. Wait. Open the file. I hope your machine have admin access to install this. How many of you were able to install a GitHub desktop in their machines? Can you please raise the hand? Others, can you also please install GitHub desktop in your machines and make it fast? So Jagdish, since you joined can you tell me what is your current role and what are you looking forward for this? And Raju, please click on sign into GitHub. You need to use the same credentials that you logged in with the GitHub in browser.
GitHub.com, this
Yes,
one, or
github.com. Jagdish, authorize the desktop, please.
Okay.
Always arrow. Open. So now when you authorize it, then it will directly show you. You can just change the email if you want, or else you can click on finish. Can you see all the projects that you have listed here?
yes.
So your GitHub desktop is now integrated or linked with your GitHub website. Okay. Understand that GitHub desktop is just a tool to access your to your GitHub repo code. So other than GitHub desktop, you can also use UiPath to directly access. You can also use GitLabs and you can also use Git SCM tool. So to understand it more easily, see, everyone must have their own social networks, right? Facebook, Insta, or something. Now, if you see them, you will be able to access your social network in your mobile and in your desktop or in your tablet device and in your browser. Is it correct?
Yes.
But the URL or but the content that you're seeing will be same across the devices. Is it correct?
Yes.
So in the same way, GitHub is the repo or where is a cloud repo where it maintains or it remains the same.
Okay.
Okay, but the way how there are multiple ways to access your content. Just remember that, and we are using GitHub desktop as one of the way to access your content. Okay. Now, yes, Raju, click on RBI developer in 30 days. Clone that repo. So here you will be able to select where you need to download. Just make sure that RP developer in 30 days is an empty folder or this particular folder path is empty. That's the only thing that you need to see. Click on clone. You will not have any issues if you don't have already code available in your machine. If you want to change it from C to D, you can also do that. Okay. Now, how many of you were able to connect? Okay, can anyone please lower the hand?
I'm not doing the Bajrang, so I'm trying to do this.
Mohammed, are you not doing it?
Yeah, I'm trying to do this, but it's getting some error.
Yeah, Vajrang.
Creating the
I'm
new
going to
user and
clone that.
password. So loading it.
Vajrang, I have installed the GitHub desktop and
Okay.
I'm doing that.
The problem that's happening is you need to tell your name first, then you need to speak. Okay. Click on contribute to the project, parent project, and continue. So you will be contributing to my project. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me. What are the questions that you have now?
Yeah, Vajrang Mohammed.
Yeah, Mohammed, tell me.
I'm cloning that project, Mohammed. Sorry, Vajrang.
Okay. Clone it and see if you have the access or not. Raju, go back to GitHub desktop. Yeah, there you can find show in Explorer. So if you can see, you have everyone who joined this program, they have their own folders created, and all the code will be written in their code in their folders. Okay, so in normal situations, we will not have like this separate codes for each and every person. We will have single code. But to make our lives easier, because every code will be unique when you are trying to learn, just create yourself a folder for yourself with your name. Go to RP Developer in 30 days, right click and create a folder for yourself. Okay, so any project you create, go ahead and create only in this Raju123 folder.
Okay.
Okay, now let's go to UiPath. Create a process. Change the location. Change it
Where
to
we
your
want to.
repo Raju123 folder. Documents, GitHub. No, just open that folder. You need to navigate all the way through the folder and then you need to select that folder. On the top you have GitHub, right? Double click on it. RP Developer in 30 days. Now check with Raju. Yes, open that. Now this is the folder that you will be using to create any code of yours. Whatever you practice, add it in here.
Okay.
Okay. Now your UiPath documents UiPath is not the folder. This is the folder which will be tracked your changes. Click on select folder. Okay. Instead of blank project, write day 2 project. Click on create. Wait. Okay, fine, leave it. So we have 20 more minutes and we are doing extremely fast, and I know that, but we'll be doing at the same pace in all the sessions. So we be very attentive. This 1 hour you need to spend your time for this. There should not be any deviations. Just make sure of that.
Vajrang, what if I don't want to utilize my disk space? Then
See, any project, if you are having a shared folder, you can go ahead and give a shared folder path, but you need to copy it in your local to work.
okay. Then what is that option which is given in team?
Which one?
Under home, in the studio, says I can spell it. Let me
Click on
just
home, please, Raj.
yeah, home, then team, and then clone repository. Is it the same option which we just did
Yes,
now?
correct.
So now I don't have to configure that.
No,
It is already
it's
configured.
already configured, and by default, if you click on project, you can see that main and it's automatically recognized. And see now, since I have said there are multiple ways to access the repo, even from UiPath, you can commit the changes. Okay.
Okay.
Now, main is the file that Raju have added. Now, can you
Okay.
minimize it, please? Just add a log message or a message box and type in my name, Vajrang, and then save it. Save it. Okay. Now I need to clearly observe what you're doing. Now the code will navigate to 3 steps. First thing, this is now your edited code. Okay. First you need to commit the changes, stating what are the changes you made. Okay, go back to GitHub desktop, please.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. Now if you see on the right side, there are some changes. If you click a file, okay, click a so this is a binary file. That's the reason you are not able to see the changes. But if there is any text file or anything, then you will be able to see the changes. Okay, can you debug the file once? Click on debug in GitHub. Sorry, in UiPath. Debug it. Okay, are you getting a message box?
yeah.
Cool. Click on close. Okay, and close. Okay. Now go back to GitHub. There are no other changes available. Let's commit these changes. Created a new project. So at the bottom there is create main, right?
Commit.
Yeah.
Commit to me.
So on the top you need to give a comment, not in the description, but in the create main. There is create main.xml. There is a text if you have seen. Okay. It's okay to keep it as is, or if you want to have any specific content, then you can give it. Just write first commit. Okay, and in the description, just add what have you done. Created a new project. Created a new project. Before that, you created a new folder, right? User folder. Excuse me. Okay. After creating a new project, you completed the code.
Yeah.
So now you are saying that, okay, I have made some changes and the changes are available for others to review.
Okay.
Okay. So also write completed code for message box. Click on commit to main. So when you're committing to main, it's your main. There will be two mains here. Just remember that. My main, which is the owner, and your main, which is a developer code. Okay. Okay. Now just a second. Now if you see here, push the commits to origin remote. So origin remote is the website or GitHub URL. Okay, since you have committed the code, just go to GitHub in browser. In your Chrome browser, go back to GitHub. Chrome browser. Click on view in GitHub. Raju, what happened? Unmute and speak if you're talking.
Sorry, Vajrang. Yeah. Please tell me where I have to go.
Go to browser, Chrome,
Chrome.
or any. Where did you open the GitHub? My code.
In Chrome only.
Yeah, open that. Yeah, refresh it once. Refresh. So where did you clone it?
This phone.
Okay, at the bottom you can see view on GitHub, right? Click on there. Below show in Explorer. Okay, so click on fork. Okay, just wait for a second. I need to see. Give me the access, please. What is the URL that you used to clone it? See here in this repository, you can see all the properties, repository setting. So this is the URL of your code.
Okay.
Excuse me. Now in this code, see, are you having any folder with Raju123?
No.
So when you make a commit, the commits will be saved in your local folder, in your local machine only.
Okay.
Okay. So you're just telling that, okay, you're telling to yourself that, okay, I made all the changes and these are committed and I don't have any more changes to make. So you have one local commit waiting to be pushed to GitHub. Now, when you click on push origin, click on push origin. Okay. Now let's go ahead and refresh this page. Let's see.
Vajan, what if
Hmm.
there are some issues and I want to revert back to the original? Then is there any option?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So there is a problem with GitHub this website. Just wait. So let's
Let me.
go with RP developer in 30 days.
I have the access still, and
So let's see if
Raju, I can't.
Raju123 is available or not. Raju,
Yeah.
can you see this?
Yes.
And here we have committed it 5 minutes back.
5 minutes ago. Yes.
Okay. Now this changes. Okay. This code is available only in your repository. Okay. You are a developer and only you have the access. No one else have the access.
But will it be visible to me as well?
No, it will not be visible if you're not seeing Raju's folder. You can obviously go to Raju, SU Raju 1234 and then slash this. If you are
Mm-hmm.
going through this URL or going
Mm.
to Raju ID, you can see his repo.
Mm. Okay.
But other than that, you will not be able to see his changes because this is his code and his changes.
Mm.
And if Sarita is making changes in her code, only she will do it. If Vishnu is getting changes in his code, he will do it. Vishnu, why do we have two users in your name?
In my system, speaker is not working. I'm using mobile for this, and I'm watching this as my
Okay,
laptop.
can you remove from the other machine, please?
Okay, then I will log in through my mobile.
Yeah, please. Okay. So please check with this. Raju, whatever the code changes that are available, it's available only in his repository or in his code. So one question now, if Lokesh makes changes in his repository, then if he commits it, will he be able to see it in his repository or not, in his GitHub URL or not?
Without pushing, he cannot see.
Yes.
Exactly, that's the important thing. Without pushing changes to origin remote, so this is a remote. This is where or you need to send the code. If you are not sending the code, then you cannot view it. Okay, clear?
Okay.
Yes, just like orchestrator. When we don't publish, then we can't see there. Okay.
Exactly. When you publish the code, see, not even publishing. If you even if you publish the code, if you want to run, if you are not creating a process, you cannot run the process, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The code will be available, but no one will be able to access it.
Mm.
Okay. So for that, we need to push the code. Now, there is one last step that we need to do to view the changes in my code. So if you go back to my code, I still don't have Raju's changes.
Mm.
Okay. Now what Raju need to do is he need to make a pull request. So pull, he's asking me to pull the changes. He's requesting me to pull the changes, whatever he did.
Okay.
Go to the code, go to your code or go to my code. Okay, you need to go to the main person who is actually or main code who's actual what is the original code. This is the original code, right? Click on pull request and click a new pull request. Okay, here the base is main and compare it with, okay, here we don't have this option, so let's go back to Raju's repository. Okay, so here click on new pull request. We are checking with Raju's pull request, and if you click on that, it is showing two things and the arrow. It wants to send the data from S. Raju RPA developer in 30 days to Vajrang RPA developer in 30 days.
But where in his repository or into the original one which you have?
See, check with the usernames here on the top.
Okay.
This is the base repository, my code, which everyone can access. Because
Okay, so this action will
everyone
this
took a
action
fork from my
Hmm.
code. It's not Raju's code which you have taken access to. Is it right?
Okay.
So if Raju want to show his code to everyone, then he need to push it to my repository.
Okay.
That everyone has the access already.
Okay. So this will create the folder Raju123 here.
That will create the folder in my code.
Yes. Okay.
So here you can also see what are the changes available. A day2 project is created, Raju123 folder is created, and main file is created. So along with this, if you have multiple changes in multiple files, you can also see those.
Okay.
Okay. Raju, click on create pull request. I'm not going to do that. You need to do that. Okay. This is just giving you some default message that you have written. So click on create pull request. So what is your ID, Raju? Your change is 243rd change in my code. So in the same way, there can be hundreds of developers who can add those changes to my code. But one thing here, can everyone change the code without my approval or not?
Mm.
See, all of a sudden someone else can come in, they can make the change and they want, can we see that? That will not happen. If you see here in the code, we still don't have Raju's update or Raju's code in my machine or in my code.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. So let me show you how I view it from my machine. I'm sharing the screen. Let me know once you're able to see it. Okay. Now this is my code in my machine. Now the code is not available, but I can see that someone made a change and they want to push the changes. So this is from a maintainer perspective.
Mm.
Who is maintaining the complete code? They cannot write the complete code, right? One person cannot write all the code. So there can be tens of people who are writing the code and they're saying that, okay, I'm making this change. Okay, what are the changes? I created a new folder with name Raju and created a new project and completed the code for the message box. And here it is showing that this is not conflicting with any other codes. Okay, and then
Mm-hmm.
I can merge the code. I can also reject the changes.
Mm.
If I don't want these changes to be applied, I can also reject them.
Mm.
One more thing that I can do here is, see, there is full origin. So here I can see what the pull request first commit. Okay, you need not worry about all these changes or all these things, but I'm just telling you how your code will be approved. Okay, in the history, I can see the changes. I can also open this in my repository. So fetch it, open it, show in Explorer. So if you see here, now this is a different branch that is getting created. See the same folder that I have, but I have Raju's code and I can view it. Let's take 5 more minutes and we'll close this. If you are very new to GitHub, this will be Greek and Latin. I understand that, but you need to learn this Greek and Latin within a week or within a day if I'm not wrong. Now I'm seeing what are the changes that are made by Raju. Because GitHub provides me all the options and all the changes that are already made. And here it's showing me what are the changes. If you see here in this particular commit or in this particular pull request, we have these many changes. But the important thing is everything is in foot check. So this is complete a project. Okay. So I'm debugging just to see whether I don't have any issues. Okay. So I can close it. So can we commit this or can we make it to the main since we don't have any issues? Come on, tell me. Please speak up.
Sorry, what is the question?
See, I checked all the changes. Now I want to see it in the main. Can we do that?
Yes.
Okay. Meanwhile, if you see, I just updated the git ignore because there is some metadata folder, metadata that's available that I need to ignore. that I excuse that I just added. So even this change is not available in the main. So for everyone to access, this is available and visible only to the person who is maintaining this. Okay. So click on main. Now all the changes are available. I'm going back to GitHub, squash and merge. So if you see here, I co-authored it and along with his changes, I just made one more change. Updated git ignore file. Merge it. Okay. So this is merged and now we can see the changes in here. Okay. Now, did you understand till this or not?
Yes, but we need to do it practically.
Exactly. You need to do it practically. Second thing is, even now, you will not be able to see the changes in your repository, in your forks. Can you please
Yeah.
check it and confirm?
Yeah, I can't.
So can we able to see the changes?
Raju also cannot see the changes. Okay, so I need someone else to share the screen. Please share the screen.
Okay, let me do that.
Yes, okay.
Where shall I go? In the browser?
GitHub browser.
Hmm.
Go to the top.
Go to the top. Okay.
See, there is an option called fetch upstream. Below below green button code, there is fetch upstream. Before clicking that, just see whether Raju123 folder is available in your machine or not.
In my machine. Okay.
Not in your machine, in your repo, in your fork.
No, I can't see.
Exactly. Now, see, I made the change, but to accept the change, you need to fetch the upstream. Upstream is just take it as a water coming from a hill. So if there is water on the top, only then at the bottom you can get the water, right? So there is already some code, and here it is showing you fetch upstream. So you can click on fetch upstream. And on the just wait a second. So you can also see on the left side, this branch is one commit behind Vajrang B main. Okay. So you can also compare and make a change. Click on compare. Okay. Now you will be able to see what are the changes that are made. See, everything will be recorded and everything you will be able to accept. Only then things will be changed. Till then things will not change.
So how you give the access?
I did not give you the access. You're just seeing, sorry, you're just using my repository and you're trying to identify what are the changes between my repository and your repository. You did not have any changes updated.
Okay.
Okay, can you go back? Go to the code. Yeah. Now you can directly click on fetch upstream and fetch and merge. You are fetching it and merging it.
Now okay.
Okay. See the steps that we are taking, or the steps that are getting done to just push one code and to view it in all the other machines or all the other members. Okay. Normally, when we are working in the live project, this is a 5 minutes activity.
Okay.
Okay. But for you to understand, it took, or for me to explain, it took one hour to properly tell what is what. Okay.
Okay.
Now I want each and everyone to make their own forks and create folder and to create the project. The current video is getting recorded, so it will be recorded and it will be shown. It will be given out. Okay. So
Yeah, that would be great.
okay, I'm stopping the screen recording.